The true essence of yoga. Interpretation of the different wheels. The first wheel is related to the element earth. This wheel is the bond with one's mother and is called the Mooladhara. Only from earth are living beings like plants, etc. born. The Kundalini sleeps in the Mooladhara wheel. This indicates the sleeping state of your mind in the womb of your mother. The awakening of the Kundalini means that you are delivered, you are born. You come into the world and get trapped in the various bonds as your mind grows. So there's no need of awakening the Kundalini as is commonly thought. It's already awakened. By closing your eyes and sitting in meditation in order to awaken the Kundalini, you're in fact encouraging the Kundalini, which is your mind, to go to sleep. The real meaning of crossing the first wheel is that you have to cut your bond of love with your mother for the sake of God. The second wheel is Manipura, which is related to the element water. It represents the father. The sky which has clouds is said to be the father in the Veda. When water falls from the sky and unites with the earth, life is produced. The bond with the father should also be cut, as Prahlada left his father for the sake of God. Now you may argue that the Veda says that the mother and the father are God. Matrudevo bhava, Pitrudevo bhava. This statement has two meanings as per grammar. The first meaning is that the mother and the father are God. This interpretation is correct because in the world, as compared to other people, our parents should be most greatly respected and loved. But the second interpretation of that Vedic statement is more important. It means that God is our mother and our father. This is the meaning that should be taken when God comes into your life and competes with your love for your mother and your father. The third wheel is the Swadhisthana, which is related to the element fire. It represents the bond between the wife and the husband. The union of a couple takes place only due to heat or fire. Buddha left his wife and Meera left her husband for the sake of God. The fourth wheel is the Anahata, which is related to the element air. It represents the bond with your children. The Veda says that air is the strongest. This wheel is said to be located in the heart, which means that this is the heart or the essence of all the bonds. Buddha left his 1-year-old son for the sake of God. The fifth wheel is Vishuddha, which is related to space. It is said to be located in the throat. It represents the bond with false gurus or false preachers. A fraud guru only preaches nonsense, which is nothing like space. To reach God, who is the Sadguru, you must leave all other gurus. Prahlada thus left all his teachers. The final wheel is the Ajna Chakra, which is located in between the two eyebrows. It represents the Jnana Netra, or the vision of knowledge. This wheel is related to the mind element. With the help of knowledge, that is, the Vedas and the Shastras, you must decide that the real form of God is Lord Datta and that all other forms of God are only his various dresses. The Vedas say that Datta is the only ultimate and real God. He is known as Brahman. The Veda says that God should be one and that the one God creates, rules and destroys the universe. Datta is only one and does these three tasks through his three divine faces. But that ultimate God cannot be reached because the Vedas say that words, the mind, the intellect, logic and even imagination cannot touch him. But he incarnates in human form. And only then can you see him. You can touch him, talk to him, and even spend your whole life with him. This human incarnation of God is called Datta. Datta means the God who has given himself to devotees. You can meet him in this world in human form alone. The Gita says that God comes in human form alone. Manushim tanumashritam. The Gita also says that if one worships God as the formless, he or she only gets sorrow. Avyakta hi gatir dukkham. The Gita also says that if you worship a statue, you will be reborn as a stone. Bhutani yanti bhutejya. A statue only has the limited use of being seen by devotees for the sake of darshanam. It's only a representative model of God. It's not meant for worship. The human form of God alone gives full satisfaction to devotees during worship. Krishna is called Yogeshwara. He is Datta because the unattainable, unimaginable God gave himself to the world in the attainable human form of Krishna. The Gopikas crossed all their worldly bonds and reached him. In fact, they were sages who had done a lot of sadhana or spiritual effort for attaining God for the past several births. Nobody else has reached God except the Gopikas. Or let me say that those who reached God are called the Gopikas. A Gopika only means a person who hides his or her love for God, keeping it a secret so that the person's relatives are not hurt. A person who does his job during the day and also studies in the evening college is greater than a full-time student. Both may attain the same degree with the same rank, but the former also held his job and supported his family, which the full-time student could not. The word gopi means keeping one's love secret. Gopayati iti gopi. Yoga means joining with God after cutting all the family bonds by cheating them so as to avoid hurting them, as explained above. The worldly bonds can be cut only when a new bond with God is formed. Without forming a new bond, the old bond cannot be cut. First, attachment to God, which is bhakti, should be developed. Then detachment from one's relatives, which is vairagya, will follow as a natural consequence. No special effort is needed for the detachment. Once you taste the divine nectar, you will naturally stop drinking coffee. Without tasting the divine nectar, it's impossible to leave coffee because we always desire to drink something. So without bhakti, vairagya is impossible and meaningless. It is meaningless because you merely become a stone having no bond at all. You will not be granted salvation for that. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that propagating divine spiritual knowledge pleases the Lord greatly. Jnana yajnena tenaham. Spiritual knowledge brings about permanent harmony and peace in the world. So join us in sharing this universal divine knowledge of Lord Datta and earn the highest grace of God.